I am Kirtika, and I'm working with Global Wildlife Fair as the communication executive. Talking about the idea of Global Wildlife Fair, we are a platform that brings together adventurers, ecologists, photographers, and storytellers from around the world. We celebrate the joy of exploring nature, discovering new species, new experiences, and connecting people who share that passion with us. It's not just about thinking of the future, it's about building a community that learns, travels, and grows together. We are thrilled to collaborate with Delhi Tourism for this interesting sale. Delhi Tourism continues to champion experiences that help residents and visitors discover the city's lesser known natural and cultural treasures. Yes, you heard it right. Together, Global Wildlife Fair and Delhi Tourism are creating opportunities like this webinar where we all learn, explore, and engage with the wild side of Delhi. In this webinar specifically, we will learn about the hidden world of bats in India's capital, exploring different aspects related to them, right from their ecological importance to the diversity that exists in and around Delhi. From the deep connection that this species specifically share with the old ruins and monuments of the city, to how citizen science can actually play a key role in their conservation. This talk would throw light that bats are not just one of the most misunderstood species, but they are how helping the conservation efforts and the overall ecology of the city to be managed. For today's webinar, we have with us Dr. Sumit Dookia. Sir is a desert ecologist, wildlife conservationist, and educator with over 25 years of field experience across Western Rajasthan. Having held prestigious positions in the past, like being a former scientist at the BNHS, SRF at Zoological Survey of India, postdoctoral fellow at the Wildlife Institute of India, and principal investigator for 7 nationally and internationally supported research projects. He's currently an associate professor at the GGS Indraprastha University and has been working with wildlife conservation and desert biodiversity since the 1999. He is also the founder and the member of the Godavan Community Conservation Project in Jaisalmer and leads the community volunteer network for Great Indian Bustard, Godavan Conservation. We welcome you, sir, to today's webinar.
Yeah,
Without
thanks.
much ado,
Yeah,
I would like to hand over the session to sir to enlighten us on this very compelling topic.
yeah, thanks the entire team of Global Wildlife Fair and Asian Adventures for giving me an opportunity to speak about the misunderstood companion or the neighborhood animal of all the urban dwellers, be it Delhi or be it of any urbanized area or a small town or a small village. These are the creatures which dominates in the entire night sky from the dusk, from the dawn, from the dusk to the dawn. So we all know about the birds. They are flying in the day sky, as well as some of the owls and others in the night. But we are having a very less knowledge about the bats. So today I am going to talk about the bats and some of the interesting aspects of the bat, which we have to understand. So topic of my talk is Bats of Delhi, city's most misunderstood alley's role in ecosystem. And here you can see there is only one photograph, but it looks like a very prehistoric type of animal or a sci-fi uh, animation animal, where we are seeing an animal from the below, and wings are very large. You can spot 2 legs in the backside, and there is a head. So it looks like something is gliding in the sky. Bats are mammals And that is a very interesting thing when you will go into the survey in many of the areas and you ask about the locals, have you seen any bat? Then they will see that हाँ हमने देखा but वो रात को उड़ने वाले पक्षी होते हैं. So basically bats are mammals because they have ear pinnas and body is covered with the hair, and they give birth to the babies of order Chiroptera, whose forelimbs. So in science, we used to describe our limbs as a forelimb means hand and hind limb means legs. So whose forelimbs form webbed winged, making them the only mammal capable of true flights. Rest all mammals like flying squirrel are gliding. Basically, they are not flying. So these are the animals. They are evolved in such a way that they can take their own flight, just like birds. So they are the true flyer mammals, and they are the second largest mammalian order just after the rodents, with over 1,500 species all over the world. And in last 10 or 9 years, the discovery of new bat species at a very fast pace or a accelerated speed because of various molecular DNA and other technology. People are discovering new species of bats even from the museum specimens. So the numbers are always like every year or every month is increasing. You just see the dominance of the mammal on the entire earth, and all of out of them 20% are bats. So see the sheer number of animals those are present in the entire earth. India harbors 134 species of bats, and you just remember how many bat species have you seen or have you noticed. We all are looking toward the charismatic big animals like the big four or big cats, and all of them are like, if you will go in the Corbett or if you will go in the Peria Tiger Reserve and even in the Kana or in the Kaziranga Tiger Reserve, you will see only one species of tiger. But I'm talking about a bat which will be in the nearby area of your house or in the surrounding of the old monuments in Delhi. You will find more than one or two species of bats. It is like you are looking at a three different species of bats. And India harbors 134 species of bat. That is a very interesting ecological positioning of India, geological positioning of India because of the Oriental region. India is very diverse in the bat species. Bats are classified in two main suborders. So, based on the body shape, size, morphology, and food and feeding habit, we have classified bats into two different groups for our easy understanding and how to understand their ecological role. So, Megachiroptera, mega means large, and another is Microchiroptera, micro means small. So, you just keep on noticing on the size of the head, the ear pinna, and the eye size. In this, you can see eyes are just like a pinhead, ears are quite big, just like a fan, and comparative to ear, nose and head is very small. So this is a microchiroptera. And the ears are big. I will tell you why ears are big and eyes are small. So bats, and based on the food habit, we are classifying them again into two groups. Frugivorous bats, those are feeding on the fruits, and insectivorous bats, those are feeding on the insects, as well as some of them are eating even the birds, the rodents, and even the lizards. So insectivorous bats have a power of echolocation. We all know that echolocation is a very unique thing where animals or anything which emit a specific frequency that goes into the far distance and hit and come back in a very fast, or like in a seconds or in a milliminute, not even in the not in the millisecond but even in the milliminute. But they are the very fast um, signal catcher, and they evolved in such a way that the ear pinna is working like a radar. So that's why I'm telling you, keep an eye on the ear, the shape of the ear, and whenever you will visit any bat roosting site, you will see the ears are always flickering. That is just like a radar is changing their position to locate the position of a coming like a coming sound. When we are entering into the any roosting place, we generally used to make some sort of sound. Even we are silent, but the footsteps are making sound, and that sound bats are catching. And the eye size is very small because they don't use their eyes for looking, though they can see. Bats are not blind, but they can they don't rely on the eye, they rely on the audience, the audible signals. So where they detect their prey by emitting ultrasonic signals. Ultrasonic signals, we have a specific frequency of sound through which our ears can sense. The below the frequency which our ears can sense it, can catch, is uh, ultrasonic, the supersonic, uh, not the below the sound, and the ultrasonic is above the ears. So we generally used to listen up to 2000 hertz, and they can sense above the 2000 hertz. Now the just see the bat wing. These are the hind legs. These are the forelimbs and hind limbs, and you just compare with your fingers. I am just giving you one photograph. Here you can see thumb, first finger, second finger. Thumb is the first finger in biology. Second finger, third finger, fourth finger, and fifth finger. So all the fingers are there. All the digits are there. Bones are there. What is the extra? The phalanges and the metatarsals are large in the size to support the extension of the wing, and that is extension of the membrane, and that is known as a patagium. Now in science, again we are looking at the evolution and see which type of organ evolved from which part of the body. So based on the origin, we are having two categories. One is homologous, another is analogous. Homologous means similar basic structure but different functions, like whale, frog, horse, lion, human, bat, and the bird. Similar basic structure but different functions. Horse and humans are having the ability to grab something. Lions are having a ability to fast run. How horses are having a ability to very fast running. Whale is using them as a flipper. Bat is using them as a wing. Bird is using them as a wing. Now, second category is analogous. Analogous means different basic structure but similar function. So, in the lower side, bat wing, butterfly wing, and bird wing. All three are in the different origin, but work is the same. Now, just to make something curious, bats are blind or not? Bats are dirty and carry rabies. Can bat entangle into your hair? Or bats are flying rodents or a flying mice? All of them are false. Bats are having a full vision and developed eyes. They don't carry rabies. They don't get ill. Basically, they carry rabies, but they don't get ill by themselves. So you will not find any rabid bat, just like a rabid dog, but you will not find any rabid bat. Bat get caught into your hair. It's a very false thing, and bats are not mouse. They are from a different group. They looks like a mouse, but they are not mouse. This is again a bat photograph of a different species. You can see the tail is clearly visible, and just to give more extension to the wing, they have developed another membrane in between the hind limb with the support of a tail. So just like a kite, we are having a kite flying. We have seen the kite, how we are flying the kites. So there is a central rib in the kite. Same way, the tail is also being used just to give an extension of the wings. Now, it's a very interesting cartoon prepared by Rohan Chakravarti. It's a famous toony guy, green humor. So all the animals in the forest decided to play a blindfold, and bat was always a winner. So then all of a sudden, some animal detected that, oh, you are not using your eyes, you are basically using your echolocation. So it's like you can't play blindfold with the bat. Even in the dark, zero visibility, we used to measure the light intensity with the lux meter. So when lux is zero, bats are fully active and they will never even touch you when you are entering into the cave with the thousands of bats in your left and right. These are just few photographs of the bats in Delhi. Now, this is another group of bat. You can see the head size, ear size, and eye size. This is a fruit-eating bat, and almost in entire Delhi, in the evening time, you can see this species of bat in your colony gardens, in your nearby DDA garden or Delhi MCD gardens. Cyanoterus sphinx or greater short-nosed fruit bat. This is another species of bat, fulvous fruit bat or Rosetus lestunality. The best, if you want to see them, then you have to visit Khidki Mosque in the Saket and Agarsen ki Bawli in the famous Agarsen ki Bawli near CP. They are again a fruit bat, small ears, big eyes, and a big head. Now, based on the shape and size, I am just giving one representative photograph of a bat from a specific family, and all these group of bats are available in Delhi. So you can see ear, eye, and mouth, head. All of them are having different, and these are basic signature where we used to classify them into different groups. The red one, those are written in like Megadermatidae and Molecidae. These two group of bats are not currently present in Delhi. They used to be found in Delhi, but now we are believing that these are locally extinct because there is no sighting of these two group of bats since last at least 20 years. Now, that is the audible range. So audible range to human ear is from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz or 20 k 20 kilohertz. So below 20 kilohertz, which is infrasonic, elephants use it for communication. The another one is above 20,000 kilohertz is ultrasonic or ultrasonic sound, ultrasound or ultrasonic sound. Bats, dolphins, and few other animals use it. And basically, higher the frequency is more the energy. So this is the wavelength traveling into a particular segment of the second, and you can see whenever you are increasing, it is the information is more condensed into a very small fraction of a time. And that's why if bat is using that sound to catch some insect into the night, the information sent from the bat to the insect is more, but still some information can come back in a form of a frequency, and that every species is having its unique frequency. So we used to identify or survey bats in the night with a handheld bat detector. So it used to detect the bat on the base on the basis of the frequency. So these are basically just like a frequency detectors. So if you are playing a frequency detector in the night above 20 kilohertz, you will listen. Some of the bats are using 25 kilohertz. Some of the bats are using 36, 48, 52, and even one bat used to have a frequency of 186 kilohertz. So you can imagine the type of energy they are emitting. They are very fast flyers and insectivorous. So this is how like they are. The yellow one is the emitted frequency from the bat. You can see the volume of the energy by the size of the wave, and the amount of energy is being again received from the insect to the bat. So even in the small insect, the amount of information is quite enough for a bat to detect, and that these are the known as a sonar. So insectivorous bats are known to catch prey by guessing their position through echolocations. Same way dolphins are using, and same technology we are using in our submarines. So these are the submarines flying in the bats are flying in the sky, dolphins in the ocean or freshwater lakes or rivers, and submarines are in the large or the deep sea. They all are using the same technology. Or I must have to inform you that human beings are copying the technology from the animals. Animals are not copying from human beings. So we are still not intelligent up to the level of the animals. We are learning from them. Morphologically, bats have a wide range of size. So you must have seen some of the bat in your nearby areas. The upper one, a lady is holding the bat. which is golden crowned flying fox. 1.7 meter the entire wing span. You can compare with your entire body length and then see the wing span of this bat. So it is almost above the length of average human being. To the bumblebee, just 33 millimeter in the length and 2 gram. So just a thumbnail size of a thumbnail. And the smallest bat of the bumblebee, or you can see in one in the hand, they are adults, they are not babies. So sometimes we used to receive a call from like the housing societies that सर वो चमगादड़ का कोई बच्चा गिर गया है और आप उसको रेस्क्यू करके ले जाइए. These are the adult bats, these are not babies. The lower one is having a very interesting bat reported by me and my group from Jaisalmer, a new addition to India in 2011, and that time it was 119th species, and now we are having 134. So from 2011 to 2025, we have added so many species of bat in India, and these are all added by different researchers. Now I am showing this species very uniquely. It is having a three pointed structures on the nose. Just because of these three pointed structures, this species is having a common name as a trident bat. And trident is generally we are using like Shivji or the Lord Shiva is having a Tirshul. So that is the trident. Now another one is very uniquely odd looking bat because its proboscis is long. And why proboscis is long? Because it is a fruit bat and depend on the sensory this thing ophthalmic senses to detect the ripening fruits. So just because evolution is what the organ which we are using more is going to evolve or develop into the size. The other one is black and white, and the third one is just like cotton candies. So all different shape and size and colors bats are there. Now through the evolution, you just try to think which group of animals are closely related with the bat, and you just start guessing. The commonest ancestor of bat is way back in connected with this genetically 64 million year ago. So imagine the evolution of the bat. And no close relative among living animals. The closest are horses and the pangolins. So you can imagine the type of evolution they have seen in their lifespan. Now, where they are used to be found, so they used to roost in just like birds are roosting into the trees in the night. Bats are roosting into the caves or monuments or any place which is far away from the disturbance and little bit of moist and little bit of warm. So they need a a cool, calm, and a dark space. So they used to roost in caves, mines, houses, tree folios, trees, and even folios during the daytime. Bats will often move between roost as local condition changes to avoid parasite buildup. Just like we used to go for summer vacation, winter vacation, so they are also used to go from one place to another place for certain period of the time, just to avoid a overcrowding into the place. Females of some species form large maternity roost, just like a maternity ward or a maternity and child care hospital where only females are there. So in some of the species, females used to make a maternity roost where all the individuals are females and young babies. In winter, bat species tarpor is in a 24 hours, just for a fraction of second, their heart used to stop and then again start increasing, because in India we are not having that type of cold climate where temperature is sub-zero like European countries for days. So where such type of conditions are there, they used to hibernate for the long time. So in this photograph, you can see one bat is in a cave and it turned into a complete kind of ice. But it's a live animal. Once or twice in a week, just one heartbeat is pumping blood into the body. Just to, and why they are doing it? Just to regulate the temperature. The another photograph is is a photograph of a dry well from Rajasthan, where in the summer heat they used to go into the deep dry wells to keep themselves cool. So recently, it has been proven that bats of some species use geothermally heated caves for hibernation because they sense where is the heat they used to go. This is just like how these roosting sites are being look like. So this is from Jaisalmer, and they like how they used to live in a group. So they always cling from the cling means they are not having a thumb, they are having a cling mechanism. So all the five fingers are in the same direction, and that's why they are using them as a hook. They cling on the rocks or the rough surface and keep their head downside. This is a one in the center. It's a totally white. So they are also having albino, just like human beings or any other animals. You can see albino. So it's not so unique to see animal completely different color. These are just genetic combinations. Now I'm just highlighting the ecological or ecosystem functions. So insectivorous bat used to feed on insects in a single night. Almost like 3,000 insect can be eaten by a single bat, and these are mosquito, midges, crop pest. Biocontrol. Now you imagine how many insects, how many this thing, your Mortin or the good night liquid or good night coil, how many mosquitoes you can kill in a single night. Now imagine a single bat can eat 3,000 insects in your neighborhood. So billions of rupees are being saved if we are having bats as a biocontrol agent. Bats, some of the trees are totally dependent on bat for pollination, and it is a very interesting thing in the tropics. Bats pollinate. Pollination is an integral process with 500 tropical plant species completely or partially dependent on bat for pollination. If there will be no bat, there will be no fruit on these particular trees, and they are co-evolved together. So they are bats are evolving, the tree is also evolving, and that is a very interesting combination to see in the evolution. And it has been noted that outcrossing by bat increases genetic diversity, and it is important for in a tropical community of the trees to survive. Now, in the last two photograph, um, this one you must have seen in Delhi. This is also a bat pollinated tree. So if something, some this type of it's a Marodopoli, or I think Haplophragma is the genus. So if this tree is somewhere close by to your house and it's in the flowering condition, you just visit in the evening and you will find that there is a huge activity of animals, or like bats are coming and going, coming and going. It's very active. Now this is a very also very interesting tree, sausage tree, Kaigelia africana. The species name is africana. So the origin of tree is in African continent, but it is being planted for avenue trees in Delhi at many places, and they are having a very unique big size red flowers. Influence is very unique, just like the sandaliers, and all these trees are being pollinated by the bats. So African species is getting adapted into the India. Thanks to the nectar available, Indian species of bats started pollinating them. The third one is the calabas or Crescentia cuzeti. There are only 4 to 5 species, 4 to 5 individual trees of this particular species in Delhi. And luckily, some of them are bearing fruits. And you just see, just like a jackfruit, the fruits are coming directly from the trunk. It's a very unique tree. Now in the left side, that left bat is completely laden with the pollen. So you can see like वो pollen grain में होली खेल के आई है. So how they are carrying the pollen on their like face or the body, the hairs are completely covered with the pollens, and they are visiting place to place. Some of the bats are also pollinating bananas. So if any banana plant is in your close nearby area and having a fruits, just try to pay some attention into the evening. You will see bats are visiting. Now it's another very important economic services are being given by bats to the Mexico, and Mexico is famous for tequila, a specific kind of a liquor that comes from Mexican plant blue agave. and the species which is responsible to keep this economy is lesser long-nosed bat. It's a primary plant pollinator, and Mexican government is protecting this species because this blue agave plant is losing its genetic vigor because of there is very less activity of cross pollination. So government is protecting bat species for the economy of the Mexico and the liquor business. And the you just compare the Google it and you see the prices of the tequila. You will find that it's a very expensive one. Vampire bats, we all know, thanks to the all Hollywood movies, this bat group has been very popular. Vampire, blood sucking and everything, all the bad stories are associated, but they are very like every bad person is also having a very good heart kind of thing. So the vampire bats have a unique saliva that have some positive use in medicine because the saliva is having anticoagulant elements, so it will not allow a blood to coagulate. Now at this, bat saliva has found some positive use in medicine. A study in the January 2023 published in a Stroke Journal of American Heart Association tested a genetically engineered drug called Desme Desmatoplase, which use the anticoagulant properties of the saliva of Desmodus rodentus, which was shown to increase blood flow into the stroke patient. So researches are going on how to use the saliva, the property of that particular species bat saliva for treating the heart stroke patients. Now coming to Delhi. Delhi, again, I am telling you, looking at the size of Delhi, it's a very tiny landscape in the entire country. A small state, landlocked city, or a mega city or a metropolis city. Very little is known about bat in Delhi. Only three major studies or four major studies till that. I am still counting myself as a continuing study. So there are only three species, so three studies earlier available. Borset started a very thorough survey in 1962, but added only two species. Sinha and Sati from Zoological Survey of India added more, and then four species. Srinivasalu and Srinivasalu, husband-wife couple, and they were part of Yamuna Biodiversity Park project of Center for Management of Degraded Ecosystem, University of Delhi, compiled and added more with a total tally of 13 species. And this very good study by Srinivasalu and Srinivasalu, the longest and more number of species being added. Now myself and my student, PhD student Rajlakshmi Misra, we started studies in 2012 or 13, and in 2018 we were able to add one species of bat in Delhi, and that was from my university campus. So imagine the diversity the species can be anywhere. In my university campus, we found a species, a individual of bat which was new to Delhi. And in 2024 December, one more species added to this list, and Delhi goes to 15 species of bats, just less than 1500 square kilometer area. A colony of Pteropus giganticus resting on Arjun tree in Janpat. Janpat is famous for various like ready-made cloth store and other distinct activities for visitors. But have you ever paid attention on that top side of the trees? Some of the trees you will find in the Arjun tree, especially fruit beds are there. Then colony of Rosetus Lechonality in the dome of Khidki Mosque in Saket. You just visit Saket Mall, and in front of Saket Mall you will find some dome type structure is visible. This is the Khidki Mosque. This is the list of bat species being reported from Delhi. Anyone want, just keep a screenshot of this. I am just mentioning the place from where it has been reported. And the red ones, the yellow ones are still present in Delhi. Red ones are not present in Delhi. The last sighting in 2002, 2007, 2002, 2007, 7 and 6. The rest, last two were added, but it's still very few individuals. That's why I kept in a rare category. So regular, 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 regular. Entire Delhi is dominated by at least four species of bats. Now these are just simple, just to make more interesting thing. Where they used to be found? Old monuments. The best place is old monuments. Why? Because old monuments are having high number of cracks crevices, and the plasters are not very in a very good condition, and that is required for a bat to um, roost for killing. Dilapidated buildings, fruit trees, green space, especially the large old trees, and modern constructions like metro flyovers and underpasses and over bridges, and their role is very good. They are playing ecological role: pollination, seed dispersal, control of insect population, and the threats: urbanization, we all are responsible for it; deforestation, again human beings are responsible for it; restoration of historical monuments, again I will say, without knowing the entire structure, that how many type of animals are using it, we are just putting our this thing restoration activities just to restore the monument in a best polished way. At least one space or one section can be kept for the bats. Golconda Fort in Hyderabad is having this type of mentality where some section of the Golconda Fort are being kept as a separate for bats, and uh, around 13 or 12 species of bats are available in the Golconda Fort. So, natural history of and bats in Delhi. Delhi has served as the capital for many rurals, and that's why Delhi is known as a city of seven cities. And you will find remains of all these seven earlier cities in Delhi. Some of the monuments are Humayun Tomb, Khidki Mosque, Tughlaqabad Fort, uh, then Red Fort, and Lodi Garden. There are certain number of monuments here and there in Delhi. So we are having a signature of Tughlaq dynasty. We are having a signature of Lodi dynasty. We are having a signature of Mughal Sultanate, and we are also having various structures given by Britishers before independence. And now India is making our own large, big size infrastructure and monuments. So all these monuments are important habitat for bats. All the rulers added to the city's rich cultural heritage, and the numerous monuments constructed by them are still the living example of bygone era. This is a photograph of Khidki Mosque taken in 2013. Many of these monuments, due to their high dome, basically what bats need: a high ceiling space, darkness, moisture, and seclusion from public, serve as a roosting site for various species of bats. Um, I visited with one of the uh, Delhi walk, and we visited this Khirki mosque, and within half an hour we have seen three species of bats in a small space. So it doesn't require a very large space to house. Then it's a very interesting story connected with it. And Firoza Kotla Firoza is a common abode of Delhi. Is very Delhi's history, or Delhi is basically historically very rich city, and also having various mysteries associated with it. So when I started researching on the monuments, I came to know that Delhi is housing two type of jinn. One is good jinn, another is bad jinn. So I don't want to go into the bad side. I want to go into the good side, and the residence of good jinn is in Firoza Kotla. This is just a myth. But when I went there, and I found that because of this Jin story, some section of this monument are being protected. Even I don't know what is the status of current, but um, prayers are being offered in every Jumeka this day. But you can see in the backside, to Firoza Kotla, this thing stadium is visible, and metro station is also very close by. Now that people used to come to write a prayer and address to the jinn, and they expect that all the sins they have in their life will be uh, get rid of. So what they used to do, they used to offer a prayer and write a application. Now in the modern generation, people are pasting photographs and even the xerox uh, designs and everything. Now, according to Islamic religion, I am not going into this detail, but the good jinn is there. They believe that good jinn is residing, and more than 4 to 5 states, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, UP, Rajasthan, people used to come and write by their hand and tie the applications, and just see the this thing. It's a kind of a moli daga people used to Hindu people used to uh, tie on their hands. Now Hindus are visiting, Muslims are visiting. So the same chambers are full of bats. Because of the jinn, because of the story, people don't harm any animals over there. And during winter, you will not able to see the ceiling of that particular domes. There are 13 domes. I am just going in the reverse. These dome means these are black arc shape gates are visible. So there are 13. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 13 tunnel shape structures are available. People used to go into them and offer prayer. And you will find the prayers are written there. And in the ceiling, you will find all the beds are in the ceiling part. Now, you must have seen a movie three this thing PK. This particular scene is a very interesting scene. PK is residing in Agarsen ki Bavli, and that is the address PK is using. My interesting part is that the same Agarsen ki Bavli, people are visiting daily, whole day is very active and still having one of the largest fruit bat colony, that is Rosetus lechonality. In the last, you will go into the down. There is a bawdi, means water available, and from there you have to see on the top. So this arc is full of bats. So they can found everywhere. We don't need to go for indiscriminate or you can say like सब चीज को प्लास्टर करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Let them live somewhere. This is the unique colored species bat, which was discovered in November 2024 from Delhi. And the interesting part is that this particular species have been found on Earth. दुनिया में सिर्फ 4 जगह मिली है. चौथा दिल्ली में मिली है. फर्स्ट वेस्टर्न घाट में मिली है, सेकंड मेघालय में मिली है, थर्ड कंबोडिया में मिली है, एंड फोर्थ एक इंडिविजुअल मिला है दिल्ली में. सो द पोजीशन ऑफ दिल्ली इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. At its a complete juxtaposed condition of Yamuna, this Aravali Yamuna floodplain, just close to the Himalayas. We are in between various migratory routes of the birds and mammals and other animals, and even with more than 2 crore people, animals are surviving in the landscape. This is the Delhi land use land cover map. So all the green is fallow land, all the yellow is fallow land, all the green is vegetation. Dense forest, open forest, and gardens and vegetations. And red is the built-up area, and you can clearly make out Yamuna. All these black are the bat locations. And where are the number of bat, diversity of bat is high, where the green is high. So they prefer green areas. Total 15 species cited till date. Due to the rapid land use change and huge urbanization, already we have lost 6 species from Delhi. These are local extinction. And 3 species we lost from Humayun's tomb because of the renovation. 2 species are very common and almost present in all type of all type of habitats, and these are known as synanthropes. Even outside your kitchen window, outside your balcony, you just peep in the night and you will find something is flying. This blue, you just keep in attention on this blue. Where the darkest blue is visible, more number of species. So we are having as low as 1 species anywhere. You can see anywhere in Delhi at least 1 species, and some of the ridge area and Asolabati wildlife sanctuary area, bat species diversity is high, more than 5. These are like how we used to try to see and find where are the roosting places. And if you can make out something in the last is shining, and these are us only, and photograph was taken in between, and the bats are going from left to right and nobody is touching us. This is that photograph was published on the cover page of Current Science Journal. First report of Geoffrey's trident leaf nose bat from Rajasthan, Jaisalmer. These are some of the publications I am just showing you from here and there. And it's very interesting paper. You can find out. Monumental mistake of evicting bat from archaeological sites, a reflection from New Delhi. So, with a group of students, I am working in IP University Delhi and doing research on bat ecology and their economic role into the uh, landscape. So, in the left, my student Raj Lakshmi, the center is Gajendra, third one is Manoj, and myself. And again, thanks to Global Wildlife Fair as well as Delhi Tourism and Ashish Anandji, thank you very much for giving us an opportunity to present our work in front of a wider audience in Delhi. So, yeah, now I am
Now,
open for question and answer session.
so like sir has already stated that such an vital presentation did bring about a lot of questions from the part of the participants. So the participants are requested that in case of any question, they need to type it in the chat box and it will be answered eventually. As we can already see that the audience is bustling with questions. So the first one, that the question is, do bats species use different bat species use different frequencies?
Yes. So, very interesting question. Every species is having a different frequency. Otherwise, वो क्या होगा, वो सारे frequency jam हो जाएगा. तो जो हमारा रेडियो पुराना नहीं होता था, विविध भारती के साथ में मान लीजिए कोई लोकल स्टेशन आ रहा होगा. So that's why they are using different frequency. So their frequency will not jam to each other. Any particular region, bat choose dark. Okay. Because they don't prefer light. That is the only reason. And it because of their eye not being able to tolerate. Yeah, that is true. And if you are pointing torch on them, I'm just giving you a different perspective. If anybody is having a problem of bat in their area, just put lights on. Bat will not roost into that area because they don't prefer light. They prefer darkness. So they are expert of darkness.
Another question is there, sir, do vampires actually cause any harm or are they popularized only because of canines?
We are also having canines. So that is just popularized. Basically, all the negative things goes very fast into the media, and that's why people used to make all the horror movies. And horror movies are like being watched years and years. Even the same person used to watch for multiple times. So that is the concept of the horror movie. And these bats were just giving a twist to make them more and more like a weird looking. Basically, they are very pretty looking. And I have never seen any bat which is having a very, you can say, like poor face. They all are very smart. They smell very good. I'm also telling you, it is not like वो बदबूदार होती है, वो कुछ नहीं होता. Because of that urine and shit that is on the ground, not with the bat. They always remain very fresh.
I think with this, we come to an end of the knowledgeable extravaganza that was shared by Sir. Truly, some very unknown and some unrealistic facts. The fact seems unrealistic because the people were not aware about them earlier. And it truly brought to light many interesting facts about bats. And I hope that the notions or the preconceived thinking that people have about this species is disseminated to a larger level.
Yeah. And I will also welcome like you just type my name and to all the audience. And if you have any query, and I will also request if anybody is having bat roosting place near to your house, just inform us because it will help us to explore more and more areas, roosting areas in Delhi. So it will be also helpful for us to plan and design our survey. Just mail me and we will try to see which type of bat is there.
Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. And for more such webinars, continue to follow Global Wildlife Fair. Do not forget to visit our website and stay in touch for more informative sessions. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today.
Thank you.